Hello, I'm Kent Weens, owner of Weens Lawn and Tree Care, here to talk to you about deep root winter watering trees and shrubs. Your trees and shrubs need fertilizer and water just like the lawn does, and we typically do the deep root watering in the winter time after your sprinkler system for the lawn is turned off. And here in the Denver, Colorado metro area, we don't get enough natural moisture, i.e., rain and snow, to soak down a foot deep into the soil to benefit the trees and shrubs. It takes at least a 2 foot heavy wet snow that melts slowly down into the ground and, like I say, saturates the soil a foot deep to get to the feeder roots of the trees to take it up and to benefit the trees. Hopefully, in the lawn areas anyway, the trees that are in your lawn areas, when you're watering, 3 times a week, 15 minutes watering, it's keeping the soil saturated enough that to benefit your trees through the spring, summer, and fall. However, in the winter time, after your system is shut off, that's when we need to give the trees a little help and water them once a month through the winter months, November, December, January, February, and March. And we do it, like I say, once a month. We use an instrument called a probe, which attaches to the hose on the spray truck. The pump pulls the water from the tank on the truck, as you see in the picture. Uh, it's under pretty high, fairly high pressure, and we put the probe down into the soil it goes down about 6 or 8 inches into the soil. You pull the lever or the trigger, as I call it, at that point and inject it from that point, and it soaks down another, a foot down into the soil. And we do a hole about every 2 feet around the outer perimeter or the drip line, what's called the drip line of the tree. And we do a gallon of water per hole once a month through the winter time when your sprinkler system is turned off. And you will see the benefits of deep root winter watering the following spring and summer. Makes a huge difference with your trees. It really, really helps them. Just basically trying to keep the roots, moist through the winter time and help them get through the winter time. So that's pretty much it on deep root winter watering. I'm gonna give you also a report here, and it's called 10 Things You Must Know to Avoid Choosing the Wrong Lawn and Tree Service. The first one, are they a legal business? Do they have a registered trade name with the state in which you reside? It is law in the state of Colorado. Every business must have a registered trade name with the state. This is public information, and you can go to the state's website and do a search on their DBA, doing business as name, and see. If they don't, you probably don't want to do business with them. Next one, how long have they been in business? Just because they haven't been in business very long doesn't necessarily mean they're not a legitimate business. If they have years of experience working for other reputable companies, maybe they just recently made the move to start their own business. But if they just started yesterday and don't have previous experience in the industry, you probably want to stay away. Next one, are they registered with the Better Business Bureau? Just because they're not registered with the BBB doesn't necessarily mean they're not a legitimate business. It is very expensive to register with them, and maybe they just can't afford it yet. But you can do a search on their business on the BBB website to see if there are any complaints against them. I always do a check with the BBB when considering using a new business that I'm not familiar with. Another reputable consumer advocate in the Denver, Colorado metro area is Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Next one, are they licensed? You must be licensed with the Colorado Department of Agriculture to legally apply pesticides for hire in the state of Colorado. A pesticide is any chemical used to rid you of a pest, i.e., herbicide is a weed killer, Insecticide is an insect killer. Fungicide is a disease killer. Next one, do they carry insurance? Any business must carry a minimum of $1 million of liability insurance in the state of Colorado. This is in case you do major damage on a client's property or there is injury or death caused by them. The next one, how much experience/knowledge do they have? Do they know enough about lawn and tree care to accurately diagnose and make recommendations for the problems with your lawn and trees? You don't want to be paying them all kinds of money to do the applications and your lawn just continues to look worse and worse because they're not addressing the problems on your property. All they know how to do is the applications, and that's it. Next one, do they guarantee their work? Some things you can't guarantee, such as seeding, because good results depend on the client doing their part by following watering instructions, and we have no control over that, but we can guarantee that the job will be done right the first time and to your satisfaction. Next one, why are their prices so much lower on some services such as aeration? First, you must be sure you are comparing apples to apples. Do they carry liability insurance? If they do damage on your property, will they fix it or replace it at no cost to you? If you pay $25 for your aeration and they do $250 of damage to your sprinkler system and won't fix it or replace it, you haven't saved much, have you? And if necessary, get it in writing before they do the job. Next one, do they keep their word? When they say they will be there on a certain day, do they show up? If not, do they give you a call to explain why not? Do they say they will do something and then when it comes down to it, they won't? Do they quote one price, then bill you for more? How is their integrity? Are they a man of their word? Do they return your calls? How soon? Next one, do they use safe products? Are they concerned about the health and safety of you, your children, your pets, the environment, the public, your property? Do they list on the invoice they leave with you products used, any precautions, special instructions, EPA registration numbers in case of emergency, their contact information, your contact information? They should because it's the law. And that's my video on deep root winter watering trees and shrubs. Thank you.